Yeah, so I mean, like, the nurses have more patients, but you're not requiring a ventilator, you're not requiring medications to bring up your blood pressure, you're not requiring any kind of heroic efforts to treat your underlying hospital reason why you're here, right? You're walking, you're ambulatory, you're eating, you're going to the bathroom on your own. You are obviously on an IV medication that's helping kind of break down the clots, but that doesn't necessitate you need to be in an ICU.
Gotcha.
Now, as I said, all these underlying things that are maybe showing up on scans, like, you might have to just, like, you're gonna probably need to find some people, and whether that's through Multicare or whatever. I mean, most people come to the places they come because of insurance.
Right.
And so it's not, or where you live, right? And you're stuck with, I live here and I have insurance. If you have time and resources or whatever, you can advocate for yourself and find the best people to do whatever you need. Allenmore is a small 3-unit hospital.
Yeah.
I think the staff here, I've been here for, 13 weeks, like, they're pretty good
No
overall.
shit. Is this it's new?
No.
Oh.
No. It's just a small hospital.
Okay.
I'm a travel nurse.
Right,
so
you mentioned that.
Yeah, but my contract, I've only been here for 13 weeks. So,
Ah.
But I think generally everyone I've met here, I've been like, yeah, they're pretty good. So, like, obviously in this case, it sounds like communication has been really lacking.
Yeah, I think there was a big discrepancy between the initial ER nurse and what we were told, and then like nobody followed up. So we're under the impression he needs all this shit done like now. Sorry, that he needs things done now because there's major stuff wrong. But it sounds like there is like 2 acute whatever, like the lung pulmonary embolisms and other stuff we may need to test later, which makes sense. So that's the sort of thing that I don't think was ever really explained very well, at least to me.
Perhaps when they mentioned you are going to need to see a pulmonary specialist and a cardiologist, they weren't necessarily implying as part of this visit.
Right.
Well, yeah, and ED is like...
What?
ED is trying to diagnose, right? They're trying to figure out what exactly the ED, emergency department,
Okay.
is trying to diagnose, right? So it's like, their job is to just like triage. And then you kind of like, once you kind of have a working assumption of where you're at, you kind of go from there. Medicine's gray. Yours is pretty, I mean, some things are pretty black and white. This is what we do everywhere for PEs. Heparin drip. And then you work on, and then you be on the however they transition you to something that doesn't require hospitalization and an IV.
Gotcha.
So I think that's where you're at, is you need to stay on this for a little while longer, but honestly, you're looking pretty good right now. You are therapeutic. We're on the right dosing right now. That shouldn't run dry. If that doesn't run dry and no one's coming within a reasonable 10-15 minutes, you walk right out there.
Okay.
And you tell them, my bag's empty, it's a heparin drip.
Okay. I don't think we knew we needed to do that.
You hear those alarms, like, there are, like, obviously, like, well, maybe you can't hear them in here, but it's a busy unit, and I can't say for other people why things don't get done when they should get done. The bag should never run dry. So it's running dry, and as I said, I don't know if, like, with this heparin drip, if you are too therapeutic, super therapeutic, like the level gets too high in the blood.
The level of the blood thinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
When we check your lab, then we actually check your APT. If it's too high, then we pause it for a little while. And I don't know, like, as I said, I don't know the exact circumstances. It sounds like it might just the bag need to be replaced, but maybe they were pausing it for 2 hours and they knew what they're doing. But it doesn't sound like that was the case. So, like, there are, like, right now, it needs to be running. Don't disconnect when you go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Just unplug the pole. It still has 6.5 hours. Once you go pee again, there's a plug.